In this episode, we start with what's the word? And then we turn to never have I ever.
And on the flip side, what's the biggest splash you ever made jumping into a pool? And if you or a loved one ever played cricket, I'm sorry for what you're about to hear. Mike, hit the music.
Well, fellow listener, watcher, observationalist of the universe, you made the best choice today in listening to another episode of the Funny Business Podcast. My name is Mike. Alongside with me is my best friend, my roommate for life, Mr. Matt Summers. Matt, how are you observing today?
Am I observing?
Yes.
You look beautiful today. Did anyone tell you that?
Oh, man. Wow.
That's my observation. I also observed that I believe I pissed you off before we started this episode.
I'm just a little confused, you know? In the wise words of corporate America, help me understand. This man has...
Yep, let's hash it out. Let's go.
This man has made let's just say a vow to any time we speak about soccer, and it dates back all the way probably to the single digits of episodes, like episodes 1 through 10. Well, 10's not a single digit, but whatever. Talk about soccer. Matt has ridiculed soccer, and now I hear this man who was supposed to play Fortnite with me that night.
No, that's incorrect. I said I could, maybe, possibly.
No.
Check the tapes.
That's a commitment.
Check the tape. No, it's not.
That's a commitment.
No, it's check the tapes. I'm checking the tapes with my exact wording.
Tapes? What are you, 40?
Go ahead. You finish.
So, and he says, we're going to watch the Argentina-Colombia game. And I thought to myself, Matt watching a soccer game? Mm-hmm. What is this?
First of all, my text, I might be able to game later if you're down.
Which you also sent with Siri too, which is even better. Because you verbally said it.
I was driving. I said I might. Might is not a confirmation. All right, let me explain myself.
Okay.
Do I think soccer is boring? Yes. Would I rather watch golf than soccer? Yes. That doesn't mean I don't watch any soccer. Mm-hmm. And as I was explaining to the person who I was watching the game with, I get excited for soccer during the World Cup, and that's pretty much about it. World Cup is 2 years away. By the way, props to the internet. We got Greg Berhalter fired. Credit to us. We did it. Congratulations. We basically won the World Cup in 2026 right now.
Let's hope.
Yes. However, what I did not understand, the Euro 24 tournament and the Copa America tournament was going on. And I was telling my buddy, I was like, I don't understand why these tournaments are like so popular. What I didn't know is this is like the two tournaments like right below the World Cup in like importance. So now I'm like, oh shit, this is actually pretty important. So I watched the soccer game that didn't have a goal until the 114th minute.
Nice.
Yeah. So that sucked.
There you go.
The whole time.
Gridlocked.
Yeah.
A barn burner.
Yeah, but I will now probably not watch another soccer game until probably the World Cup. Maybe World Cup qualifiers.
If I invite you to a World Cup match, tickets to a game, would you attend?
1,000% yes.
Okay.
However, I have some concerns as I was watching this game. So the crowd in the Argentina-Colombia game was insane. For those that don't know, they delayed the game, but basically about an hour and a half because people with no tickets were trying to break into the stadium, and it was just absolute chaos in Miami. I would like to go to a World Cup game. Would be awesome.
Okay.
I think we'd have to pick like the right countries to go watch.
One of the hosting areas is Philadelphia, so of course, whatever's happening in Philadelphia, that's probably our best bet.
Well, correct, but like if it's like two intense countries that hate each other, I might pass for safety purposes. You never know.
Okay. Well, Matt, I did not prepare today.
I thought you were prepared for last week.
Well, I thought to myself, I will extend what I was going to discuss in the segment, shall I say. And
okay.
I just felt that it was a little overdue. Basically, I was going to talk about this person who bikes 3 hours to work as a supercommuter.
What a loser. That's my response.
Yeah. So, in every fine fashion of me not being prepared, we're going to play a game. What's the word?
Wonderful.
So, Matt, this is going to be very chill. We're only going to do a few today.
Okay.
Just whatever. So, okay. First word, joke.
I think I've said this before, but it's the first thing that popped in my head. If someone tells me my favorite dad joke, I just freeze. Can't do it.
I've been liking play on words, and I think that falls within the category.
Yeah, puns.
Puns,
Yes. Those are good jokes. Just hard to come up with like quick off the top of your head. But when you do, it's awesome.
Yeah. So like I was promoting a golf tournament. I said, don't forget to register.
Did you put that in email?
Subject line of an email.
Okay. All right.
Hard take.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. What was your open rate on that email?
It has yet to be sent. So
okay.
we're now 100%.
Well, there's still time.
It's clickable. All right. Next one. Fast.
The Flash.
Ah!
He's fast. Who do you think's faster off the top of your head? The Flash, or Sonic?
The Flash.
I'm going to ask ChatGPT.
You're at. Well, this is. You first watched soccer. Now you are pulling up ChatGPT now on your phone.
Yes.
Who
is faster, the Flash or Sonic the Hedgehog? The Flash and Sonic the Hedgehog are both known for their incredible speed, but they come from different fictional universes. In terms of raw speed, the Flash's connection to the Speed Force generally makes him faster than Sonic. The Speed Force allows the Flash to achieve speeds and perform actions that are beyond what Sonic is typically shown to be capable of. However, both characters are the fastest in their respective universes, and their speed is a key aspect of their identities.
Well, there you go.
There it is.
Okay.
How come everyone in Sonic is a different color?
You mean like Sonic is blue, Tails is yellow, Knuckles is red,
Shadow's like blackish red. What's the female in Sonic?
Amy,
yeah, she's pink. Like no one's like the same color. What's up with that?
I was just gonna say, are hedgehogs different colors?
In the video game they are.
Yeah, but I mean like in real life, I was gonna be like, are hedgehogs different colors?
I don't know. Are there different species of hedgehogs?
No, I don't think there's a blue hedgehog anywhere around the world.
I'm not saying there's a blue hedgehog. I don't know if there's different species.
I don't know. Maybe it's to identify like brand, like everybody talks about Harry Potter and what class
Gryffindor.
They belong to. Like each class is a different color, so of course they associate with that. It's kind of like Power Rangers too. When you're back in the day, like I always loved the Red Ranger.
The best Power Ranger season was the second group. I can forget what their specific name was.
Zeo?
Maybe.
There's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. They had a couple seasons. And
Mighty Morphin was great too.
Go Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Next, random sentence.
Is that the word? Oh, you're giving me a random sentence.
Yeah, well, it's at randomwordgenerator.com/sentence.
Got it.
One small action would change your life, but whether it would be for better or for worse has yet to be determined.
So I had this thought today. Actually,
what?
that's a great. Well, no, I mean, one small action can't change your life. I told you before we started. I was driving home with really bad wind. I was coming down this road, down a hill. There's lots of debris everywhere. How lucky, in a sense, am I that the branch just didn't fall right on my car?
Yeah. I like that you had that example, but the sentence says one small action would change her life.
Oh, that said your.
No.
Oh.
I almost died today.
Yes. Well, that would have changed some females' lives.
Yeah, I mean, saying I love you, asking them to be your wife. It's one small action, but like certainly is a game changer in that.
You pressuring me to propose again?
What's that?
You pressuring me to propose?
No, why would I?
I'm just asking.
No, I said that in previous episodes. I will say it again. I am not pressuring Matt to get engaged. Yes. Unless you're self-pressuring, then I don't know if that's like a fetish.
What is self-pressuring?
I don't know what to do. What's that?
What is self-pressuring?
Self-pressuring, like you're pressuring yourself.
No, I'm just making sure you're not pressuring me.
No, why?
Okay, right. I'm just checking.
Next sentence. He watched the dancing piglets with panda bear tummies in the swimming pool.
Acid. Also, it sounds like that sentence was written by the guy who wrote Winnie the Pooh. Because I think that's like the story or like a theory of how the guy wrote Winnie the Pooh. Maybe. I think the guy was like on acid.
Oh, wow! Never have I ever questions.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Never have I ever pretended to know someone I didn't.
Do it all the time. All the time. Someone's like, do you know so-and-so at this place? No. Like, yeah. Oh, yeah, I know him. Yep. Or like, I'll do it like, if someone's trying to explain where a building is, like, do you know where like Green Street is? Like, yep, I know it. No idea. Zero clue. Could not tell you where it is.
You don't want to be embarrassed and bring, Yeah, well, you ever seen that? And then they like try explaining it more, and you're like, no.
Yeah,
and like,
that big building that's on the left, right next to the water tower. Oh yeah, I know that one. Don't know where the water tower is.
No clue.
But you can't say you don't know it.
No. Next one. Never have I ever gotten a famous person's signature.
I have. Yeah. Who's the most famous person you've got an autograph from? I have to think about this. I don't even know the answer.
Jerry the King Lawler.
Who's that?
Was once a commentator for WWE.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Probably someone feel like there's someone like semi really famous.
Mm-hmm. Actually, Benjamin Franklin's like great grandson.
Why do you have his autograph?
So we were at an event, and I'll try to avoid naming people or anything, just like, every fun podcast does. And there was a book signing of this particular book, and it was about like journalism. So I guess I can understand with Ben Franklin, with his origins, that his great grandson was there. And of course, I did not I did not go up for the book signing. I did not buy the book. But then our favorite university president goes, here's a book. And I said, thanks. And his wife too was like, oh yeah, like we kind of talked to him for a little bit. And I was like, oh, cool. So it's just sitting in my bookshelf right now. I haven't opened the book. I haven't even read the book.
That's actually very funny. My answer is, you're going to like this one?
Go for it.
If you don't know sports, you're not going to. I've signed baseball by Didi Gregorius.
Oh, Sir Didi.
Yeah, Sir Didi, Yankee legend. I think he plays nationally now for like the Netherlands.
Does he?
Yeah, he's like got citizenship in the Netherlands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never have I ever been to a comedy show.
I have not been to a comedy show in my life. I'm not a huge let's go see this comedian.
I have actually.
Was he funny?
Or she? It was a she.
So my bad.
Was very, to say, raunchy for the reason why we were on a service trip, like a very religious service trip. And I'm like, oh, free comedy show. Let's go. And she mentioned a few things about like, I want to say sexual assault, but she kind of mentioned a few things about that and just wasn't good.
That's tough, especially on a religious trip.
just a little bit.
To kind of catch the wrong vibes there.
Yeah, we all went back to the place that we were sleeping for the whole week, and we were like, I think the chaperone was like, that was such a bad idea. But how do we know? Like, free comedy show, like, how would we know? Seriously.
What a story though. Oh man.
So I don't know what got me on this train of never have I ever, but I'm gonna do one more.
Yeah, no, I kind of like this.
This one's funny, but I'll skip it. Never have I ever told a dad joke.
Okay.
Never have I ever sung a song loudly in the shower.
I think everyone's required to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a playlist such as songs that you sing in the shower if you don't ever do that.
What's your favorite song to sing in the shower?
Peaches. I'm not allowed.
When that song came out, that was like your favorite song for 6 months.
Well, it's funny. I'm actually never allowed to play that when Jenna's around, because I made a promise if we watched the Super Mario movie, I would never play Peaches in front of her again.
Well, next follow-up question: did she like the movie?
We thought it was okay.
I love the movie. So the second one's coming out in like 2 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'm not allowed. At any time it shows up, I'm like, skip, and she goes, "Thank you." I'm like, of course, just like we promised.
Follow-up question: how many times did you play that to really piss her off that you guys have that rule now?
Not a whole lot. I don't know where the origin came from.
It's
really.
Such a good song, though.
But yeah, I'm not allowed. I would say, so getting serious about this question, I don't know why. I mean, I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston comes to mind.
Yeah. I thought you were singing it, so I knew what song it was. I was going to say, I know what song it is. So I don't think that's a great shower song.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. What's your shower song?
Because I feel like I hear that song, I really want to like dance and move around, and I can't like dance and move around in the shower without like slipping and falling. What I think
Match
shower songs, I think like Unwritten, Natasha Bedingfield, Party in the USA, songs that you can really belt out.
And I need you, and I miss you.
Yeah.
But I Want to Dance with Somebody is not appropriate. I see.
I didn't say it's not appropriate. I just don't think it's a great shower song.
Okay. Well, that's all I got.
Wonderful. Good job, Mike. Great segment.
Thanks.
Proud of you.
Thanks.
I love you.
I love you too.
All right, we're going to move on. Slide on in. Second half of the show. We're going to do some check the ratings. Mike, we touched on it maybe a little bit last week, very briefly, but we didn't dive into the nitty gritty of what makes the Olympics so great.
Okay.
So, and also I thought about this. This is the first podcast or first time during our podcast that the Summer Olympics is happening.
I like where this is going.
because there was no Summer Olympics in 2020
Yeah.
due to the COVID. I don't think they did in 21, did they? I don't think so.
I think they pushed. Continue.
Okay. Anyway, we are going to be doing check the ratings on Paris Olympic sports. But we're not going to be talking about basketball. We're not going to be talking about swimming. Not the major sports that everybody knows about. Tennis, golf, not doing that. We're doing the sports that you only watch during the Olympics.
Okay.
Here we go. Are you ready?
Yes.
First up, gymnastics.
Properly rated at this time.
Oh, okay, I agree. Why?
Just because of how well, it's been popular, but I think there's more attention to it now. Like, I think if you asked this like 2020, I would have been like completely underrated, like needs to be paid attention to more. Properly rated.
I'm also going to say properly rated. I feel like when the Olympics happen, it's like everybody's favorite sport to watch, which it is awesome. But then like the Olympics are over and that's it for the next 4 years.
I mean, for someone to contort their body in a certain way and land on their feet, I mean, I can't do that just standing. Like, I mean, I broke my pinky toe.
How is your toe, by the way?
Walk. It's not that bad. I mean, it's still like it's normal, but I still feel a little strain to it.
Okay.
Thanks for asking.
Did you see what? You're welcome. Did you see what Simone Biles did during like qualifications? She did like a 180 in the air. It's absolutely
just a 180
insane.
in the air.
Yeah.
Sorry,
1080. 1080. Yes, he did a half turns. That's all I can do. No, but a 1080 in the air is insane.
That is sick.
It was wild. Next up, archery.
Properly rated.
Okay.
I don't know. Just not a. I mean, coming from gymnastics to archery, it's kind of, the tone was slowed down just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say overrated. It's a good skill to have. I don't know. Out of all the Olympic sports, it's probably like bottom 5 of the ones I want to watch. Like, I can't get into it. If they show it on TV, it's not that exciting. And I think it's probably because like there's no good camera angles for it.
It happens so fast too.
Yeah, too.
Like they let go of the arrow and it gets into the target immediately. I think there needs to be, it's kind of like duck hunting, like that old game on the NES.
Yeah.
Like having different obstacles and then like having them to shoot like a certain thing for points.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Like a moving electronic duck.
Yeah, moving target. And then there's like cardboard cutouts of like people standing up and it's like, oh man, right in the neck.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I can get down with that.
All right.
Next up, badminton. Exactly as it's spelled.
I'm going to say underrated.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I feel like the energy can be intense.
Yeah, a few things to make badminton great. One, the shuttlecock is awesome.
Nice
catch. It's a great. I almost phrased that weird. It's fun to play. I think people play. They play it on the beach sometimes, and like it's just very versatile. It's one sport that I think everybody can kind of play because it's a much smaller court. It looks very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever play it in high school?
Yeah, we had a whole class dedicated to badminton. Apparently, our gym teacher was the best. So if you were able to play up against him, and it was the first of 3, and if you won, you got bonus points, and if you didn't, you had to do push-ups.
Oh wow,
yeah,
that's crazy.
It always happened after gym class was done and you were kind of hanging out 5 minutes before the bell rang. So like goody two shoes over here. I wouldn't do that, but whatever. Mm-hmm. Plus you didn't want to sweat in your jeans. So
yeah, no, gym class in middle school sucked. We also, I don't know about you guys, but we had a pool in our middle school.
Oh,
so we had swimming like during the day. That sucked too. Like you had swimming like 5th period, trying to dry off the whole half the day.
You were just soaking wet.
Yeah. And you all can imagine what a boys' middle school locker room is like during swim class.
That's probably disgusting.
Awful. God awful. Next up, specifically, beach volleyball.
I think beach volleyball was actually the first sport that I had the opportunity to experience the first time for the Olympics. Like I could recall very clearly that like beach volleyball was the first sport that was being played when I watched the Olympics for the first time ever. On my like, wasn't just because my parents flipped on TV. Like I was like, I want to watch the Olympics, and that was the first thing that showed up. I say properly rated. I think again one of those gymnastics features. Like if you said it a few years ago, it would be underrated, but I think it's properly rated by now.
I'm gonna go underrated. just because it's very cool to watch. And I feel like it's easy to learn after like the first day who's a really good team, who's a really bad team.
Right.
Yeah, it's just a fun sport to watch. And also, like, volleyball itself is cool. You put it on the beach, it just makes it like instantly cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like cornhole. Cornhole's fun. Cornhole on the beach, way better.
Wear some of those Speedos that those people wear. Like, I'll wear that.
Yeah. Do you remember? I think they're retired now, but the female duo beach volleyball.
The twins?
No, not the twins.
Oh, the twins.
I think it's Misty May Trainer and is it Carrie Washington? Carrie something? Misty May Trainer is Carrie Walsh. Yeah,
Carrie
there
Walsh.
it is. Yes. Yeah, she was so tall, and Misty May was like kind of like shorter. The goats of women's beach volleyball.
1-2 punch, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. The best. Next up, cycling.
Overrated.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it is. Oh gosh, I could see why it's in the Olympics, but then there's the Tour de France.
Yeah,
like that has a little bit more of a thing. Isn't there a triathlon too?
Yeah, there's a triathlon, and
yeah, I mean, I think that's better. Like I like that than just cycling.
Yeah, no, I guess it's like 3 sports in one.
Mm-hmm.
I also just like, I don't know if this is because I can't ride a bike, but watching people, I don't want to watch people ride a bike.
It's not that fun if you have never had the chance to watch it.
Yeah, I guess.
The last like mile is probably the most intense because it's like people are either running out of energy, have that last shtick, have that last set of adrenaline, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm. Next up, diving.
I don't know what made me thought underrated for some reason.
Okay. Go off, King.
Same thing with like gymnastics, like to contort your body, but then I think it's always cool to see how they dive and how they prevent this big splash. Like that's always fascinating to me. It's like, how do you not make the biggest splash in the world, but let alone how do you not belly flop in front of the entire world?
Yeah, it's honestly like they like break science the way there's like no splash. So cool. It's insane. It makes no sense at all.
And just like, unfortunately, not that I have a fear of heights, but like being able to spin that many times and get ready to dive, I find that like just fascinating.
It's just funny because like when I go to dive in the pool, I try to make the most amount of splash. It's like the total opposite.
I think there was the one time when we had the pool, I tried to not create such a splash. It was like a contest to see who could make the least amount of splash.
Yeah, no, that's a fun game to play.
Splash.
Next up, we have equestrian.
I'll say properly rated just simply because I don't think I've seen it in the Olympics. Like I've not watched it before.
Yeah, you know what? That's a fair point. I don't know if I've ever really seen it on TV. It's also, they need to broadcast the Olympics better. They need more channels covering the Olympics to make it easier to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a good point. Yeah, I'll say properly rated too. It's a fine sport. It's cool. Like it's a neat thing to do.
Yeah.
It's not for me. Fencing.
I think that's underrated.
Way underrated. That is the coolest. It's also like the most like tense. Like in between, like when they're like going at it, you're like, oh. And then when they stab, it's like, oh.
They're on the piste.
Yes.
The tech is there. The tech there too is pretty cool.
That might be the most underrated thing about fencing is the technology. It is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I also just wonder, how come guys don't just like when it first starts, just like get a running start and just like throw it at them?
Throw a spear. There's probably a rule in there saying you can't do that, Matt.
Yeah. That'd be fun though. If we ever had the opportunity to fence against each other, would you do it?
If it didn't cause any injuries, absolutely.
Absolutely. That would be an electric video.
Screw the golfing.
Yes. Fencing. Yeah, whoever submitted the golfing question last week, just buy us some fencing equipment. That's all I'm asking for. Next up, handball.
That's underrated too.
Yeah, I'm going to say underrated as well.
Uh-huh. Because you know what it looks like? Soccer, but with hands.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah.
In a way.
There is a clip I saw once. I don't know. I forget who to give credit. It may have been a personal video. If we put like the top 10 best like football and basketball athletes in the world and gave them like 4 months to train in handball, do you think they could be like the best handball team in the world?
No.
Come on.
No.
Are you kidding me? Have you seen some of these handball guys?
I would argue cricket players would be better.
What?
I would argue cricket players would be better learning how to play handball.
Explain yourself.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Cricket? How cricket?
What do you mean how cricket?
How would cricket players be more equipped for handball than like football and basketball?
Because they deal with a smaller ball when they play.
I'm not talking about the ball. I'm just talking about being like beasts of an athlete and just dominating the handball.
They're already a beast in the athlete of their own sport.
But in a way, yes. But I'm talking about like just physical specimens. There's more physical specimens in football and basketball than there is in cricket.
I'm not
Come
gonna,
on.
I'm not going to side with that.
Have you seen the American cricket team?
They did pretty well the last time I saw them.
When's the last time? Let me follow up. When's the last time you saw the American cricket team?
I saw highlights.
Okay, there it is. Moving on. Holy, you didn't. Wow, I can't believe that. Rowing.
I'm going to say overrated.
Correct. Like who? Nobody wants to watch that. Nobody. I feel like whoever has the lead after like the first 30 seconds just wins. I feel like the first 30 seconds is the important part, and then after that, turn it off.
They should turn it like into Battleship. Like rowing, just turn it into Battleship.
I absolutely love that idea. That's genius. You kidding me?
I am so bad at Americanizing these games. Like,
No, wait, that's actually genius. You put 3 canoes per canoes. Just turn into Robinson Canoe. 3 canoes.
How don't you know?
3 canoes per country.
Yeah.
You put like a divider between them in the lake or river. Lake. And then 5 participants, and then you just call them out. That's awesome.
Well,
I love
you
that.
kind of like you try to physically sink the ship. That's kind of what I thought. Like Battleship, yeah, like A3
right.
or B3, like
Yeah.
but sink the ship too. Like I call that Battleship too.
Yeah. Do you mean like physically like make
like pushing people off and sinking their ship?
so making them drown is what you want. You want
I'm
people
not
to drown in
making
the
them
Olympics.
drown.
Well, that's what you just said.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Canoe.
We also may have just made the Titanic an Olympic sport. Next up, I'm gonna hand up. I'm already gonna say this is underrated. Maybe my favorite Olympic sport to watch, and might take some heat for this, but it's awesome. Water polo.
I will say that is underrated myself too.
Yeah. Water polo is awesome.
That sport honestly scares the hell out of me. I'm going to be honest.
Hold on. Why does it scare the hell out of you?
Because you have to stay afloat. That's the first thing. They drown, like they physically put you underwater. I can't handle. I'm like, oh, that gives me the heebie-jeebies.
They do get physical. It's honestly like rugby in water.
Yeah.
That's actually a great comparison. The top team, like water polos going at each other, is phenomenal content.
Scares the hell out of me though.
It's, you know what, I'll understand where you're coming from. A little scary. 2 more. Table tennis.
Ping pong, you mean?
Table tennis.
Ping pong?
You're just insulting every athlete in the world by calling it ping pong.
Because
table tennis.
I also insulted the rowing team of like some of the most esteemed colleges and universities, and I called it, why don't we just play Battleship?
We both insulted rowing very much, yes. I also insulted cricket, so it's fine. We're just pissing everybody off today.
Good day. Underrated.
In table tennis?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's friggin' intense.
Yeah, professional table.
Canoe.
Professional table tennis players, like going back and forth like that, like you can't even see the ball. It's incredible.
I will have to say, we are talking about the Olympics, but also what occurs too is the Special Olympics or the Paralympics.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever is running the Paralympics TikTok account,
That guy is off his meds or
person
something.
needs a raise and just is beyond it. So
that was shocking. Like actually shocking. It came across my For You page. I saw it in April. I was like, what is this? And then she got one and we were like, is this the whole account? And it's wild.
Yeah.
Shocking.
The first one that came to me was the blind cycling, and he was trying to find his helmet to put on, and he had a piano play when he was moving his hands. And I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, somebody made a meme, and I looked, I'm like, oh my God, it's the actual affiliated account to the Paralympics.
Yeah. How do you think that first marketing meeting went after those videos started going out?
It was probably approved beforehand, I hope, considering how big that organization is.
Man, I hope so.
I hope so too.
That's terrifying if it wasn't. All right, final one that we're going to discuss: sport climbing.
I've never seen that before.
You have.
Sure.
Yes.
I have not, Matt.
Okay, but you know what the sport is.
Well, it's rock climbing.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
It's rock, but on the official Olympic website, it is called sport climbing. Yeah.
I'm going to say underrated, not just because I haven't seen it, but it looks pretty cool. It doesn't look like they're suspended from their, what do you call it?
That I don't know. I'm also going to say underrated because this is maybe the one sport that if you're just like an average Joe and you go rock climbing and you're decent, you can just convince yourself that you can be an Olympic rock or a sport climber.
Yeah, they legit. Oh, wait,
They have to be just like attached to something.
They're not.
No?
No.
So what? Hold on. What if they fall?
4.5 meters. What is that in like feet?
Yeah, can you Americanize that for me, please?
Shit. Yeah, Matt, they have nothing attached to them.
How high up is 4.5 feet? Hold on, I'm actually getting nervous now.
4.5 meters to feet. 14 feet!
All right, that's
basketball
crazy.
Hoop.
That's crazy. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know they weren't attached to anything. Would you do that?
It'd be kind of fun.
It would be.
There's a I don't want to say safety net, but there's a safety cushion at the bottom. Hang on. 15 meters? Wait a minute. There's one that's 15 meters, and I have not seen any safety harnesses at all on here.
Yeah, I was going to say 14 feet. I feel like I can do that in like 2 minutes.
What is this?
I love when you make that face.
What? I don't think.
If there's a net on the bottom, it's less cool.
Well, it's like a cushion. Like
yeah,
kind
it's
of
still
like
less cool.
A big pad.
Yep.
What, you want concrete at the bottom?
Listen, it's an Olympic sport. Got to man up.
I feel bad for anybody who are dissing, just knowing that. What the heck?
Oh, no, I'm also saying sport climbing is underrated because it's an awesome thing to do.
Okay, the best athlete scale, 15 meter high and 5 degrees inclinated wall in under 6 seconds for men and under 7 seconds for women. 15 meters to feet.
So
50, almost 50 feet.
Wow. Now that would be scary to fall from.
I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch that too. That's all we got for Check the Ratings.
Wow. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. If you see something that allows us to follow us or ping us or notify us of when we have our next episode or our next social media epicness, you can find all that good stuff at beacons.ai/funnybusinesspod. Mr. Matthew.
Yes.
What is your advice for the good people, the coworkers of the funny business world?
Before I give an advice, again, quick plug this weekend, twitch.tv/funnybusinesspod, college football 25. I will be there all weekend long, probably most of next week as well. Got a lot of free time. Officially would like to announce James Madison University will be my team I will be playing with first. Very excited.
Wow, JMU, baby!
Rebuilding the Dukes. Yep, bringing them the glory. So very excited. As for advice, make sure we're taking care of ourselves in the heat.
Yeah.
It's very hot out. We're even if it's not hot where you are, if it gets hot later this summer or wherever you go on vacation somewhere, make sure you're drinking water, stay cool, wear light clothing that's breathable outside. There's a lot of heat safety tips you can find on the internet and on city websites and social medias and all that fun stuff. But let's do heat safety this summer.
And watch your elders too, because some of them are a little oblivious to the heat.
And kids, if you have kids, make sure they're drinking water, eating properly. Yeah, it's nasty stuff.
All right. Well, beat the heat, stay cool, drink some H2O. And until the next time, we'll see you all in the next episode.
Stay safe, everyone.